Do you feel like you don't speak enough Portuguese? That you need to know more words? Then stick around. With these lessons, you'll pick up some of the most common words in just a few minutes. Now, this video is a small portion of our learning program. To get the full lessons, translations, and Fluency Fast study tools, click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account.
If someone asks you, how are you learning Portuguese? Como você está estudando português? You can say, eu estou estudando com a portuguesepod101.com. This is the answer to the question. Faz quanto tempo que você estuda português? How long have you been studying Portuguese? So, if someone asks you, o que você gosta de fazer? What do you enjoy or what do you like to do? You can say, eu gosto de ouvir música. This is the answer to the question. Onde você mora? Where do you live? You could answer saying the country you live or the city you live. If it's very famous, for example, eu moro em Tóquio, I live in Tokyo. Or eu moro em Nova York, I live in New York. If someone asks you, de onde você é? Where are you from? You can say, eu sou do Brasil, or eu sou brasileira, I'm Brazilian. Here you are saying your job, so you could say, eu sou professor, I'm a teacher, or eu sou estudante, I'm a student. People may ask your age, so you answer with the verb ter, to have, in Portuguese. Eu tenho 27 anos. I am 27 years old. This phrase works both for women or men, so I could say, o meu nome é Paloma, as a man could say, o meu nome é Miguel. Oi, prazer. This is a way to introduce yourself very casually, so you can just shake hands with the person and say, oi, prazer, or just give her a kiss. You could also say, oi, meu nome é Paloma, prazer. Usually when you're meeting someone new, they may ask you, what's your hobby? You could say, dos meus hobbies é ler, or dos meus hobbies é ver filmes. One of my hobbies is watching movies, or even, dos meus hobbies é viajar. One of my hobbies is traveling. So when you arrive in Brazil, the first person you see is gonna ask you, de onde você é? Where are you from? So you can answer it by saying, eu sou de, or eu sou dos, or sou da. If you're from Mexico, you can say, eu sou do México. You just need to be careful with the de preposition in Portuguese because we also use an article together with it. So it can be de, or dos, or da, or das, okay? So if someone is talking to you, you're not really listening to him, you can just say, o que foi que você falou? What did you say? Eu não falei nada. I didn't say anything. Eu falei que eu te amo. I told you I love you. Pay attention to what people are saying. Every restaurant has to have a bathroom in Brazil, so you can just ask him, onde fica o banheiro? But you can also use the sentence if you're visiting someone and you need to use the restroom, it's okay. Onde fica o banheiro? Fica ali no fundo do corredor. It's at the end of the corridor. You're gonna use this sentence a lot and people are gonna ask you too. They can say, de onde você é? Where are you from? But they can also say, onde você mora? Meaning, where do you live? Eu moro em São Paulo. I live in São Paulo. Eu moro no México. I live in Mexico. Brazilians are very curious and they might ask you a lot of questions. One of them might be, onde você trabalha? Where do you work? Eu trabalho na Paulista. I work at Paulista Avenue, which is a very famous avenue in São Paulo. Eu trabalho na Petrobras. I work at Petrobras, a very famous Brazilian company. This is the first question they're gonna ask you. Meu nome é, my name is, or you can just say your name. Paloma. They might say, qual é o seu número de telefone? Or, qual é o seu telefone? What is your phone? But meaning phone number. O meu telefone é 94777-7767. Brazilian cell phones always start with a 9 at the beginning. When people ask you how old you are, you can say, eu tenho 20 anos. I am 20 years old. In Portuguese, we use a lot of que in sentences. For example, here, it's very common to repeat the que. O que é isso? What's this? É telefone. It's a phone. É uma câmera. It's a camera. You can answer tudo bem question with the same. Tudo bem. I'm fine. Or não muito bem. Not very well. Eu pintei a minha casa e ficou bem diferente. I painted my house and it looks very different. We use happy to say congratulations or happy birthday to someone. Feliz aniversário. But you can also say, eu estou feliz, I'm happy. Probably someone choose this word because it's a little difficult to say. You could say, eu frequentemente vou à praia. I often go to the beach. Hoje eu estou estudando português. Today I'm studying Portuguese. If you want to introduce yourself, you could say olá and also oi, which is the quickest way to say it. Olá, gente. Hi, everyone.
Want to speak real Portuguese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at PortuguesePod101.com.
Oi is a very common phrase in Brazil because when you meet someone, you want to greet him or her, you just say oi to everyone. You can also use olá, that is very common, but oi is more common than olá. Oi, gente! Hi, everyone! That is used to mean that you have something. For example, eu tenho uma irmã, I have a sister. But it's also used to say age. For example, eu tenho 24 anos. I am 24 years old. Que legal is also very useful because when you want to say that something is cool or something's nice or that you're excited about something, you just say que legal. So, que legal que você está aprendendo português. That's nice that you're learning Portuguese. This is a very Brazilian word. It means way. So, for example, you could say, eu vou dar jeito nesse problema. I'll find a way to fix this problem. But we used a lot to say jeitinho brasileiro. That means Brazilian ways. It's just the way to do everything in the easiest possible way to find a solution or, to go back home and have a beer and barbecue. Boa tarde is the way you greet people after noon until 5 or 6 p.m., until dawn. So you could say, espero que você tenha uma boa tarde. I hope you have a good afternoon. It's used a lot in news, but it's not very common in informal language in everyday casual conversations. Há 3 pessoas nesta sala. There are 3 people in this room. Prazer is a nice phrase because it's actually a word, so it's very short. You can use more complex phrases like prazer em conhecê-lo or é prazer, but prazer is enough. So if you're learning Portuguese, you can say, eu sei muitas palavras em português. I know many words in Portuguese. Estou bem means I'm fine. So if you're not fine, you can say estou mal or não estou bem, I'm not fine. Como você está or tudo bem? You can say estou bem. So you can say eu vi esse filme semana passada. I saw this movie last week. Obrigado is super important because you need to thank people when you ask something. So obrigado is how men would say it and obrigado is how women say it. So, obrigada por assistir ao nosso vídeo. Thank you for watching our video. Quando eu era criança, eu queria visitar o Japão. When I was a child, I wanted to visit Japan. So, if someone asks you, do you want to learn Portuguese? You can just say, sim, yes. Sim, eu quero aprender português. Yes, I want to learn Portuguese. Eu quero aprender português. I want to learn Portuguese. Or, ela quer ir ao Brasil. She wants to go to Brazil. So, as I said before, tudo bem is very useful. You can say tudo bem to maybe everything in Brazil. Você não quer sair? Tudo bem. You don't want to go out? That's okay. You can mean work or job. So, você gosta do seu trabalho? Do you enjoy your job? Desculpa, não foi a minha intenção. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. When you hurt someone or when you bump into someone on the street or when you want to apologize to someone, you just say, desculpa, eu falo português. I speak Portuguese. Or, eu falei com a minha amiga. I talked to my friend. If you really need to go to the restroom and you don't know where it is, you can say, onde fica o banheiro? Where's the restroom? Or if you want to find a beautiful beach that you heard about, you can say, onde fica a praia? Where's the beach? Quantos países você já visitou? How many countries have you visited already? If you want to ask someone, por que você chegou atrasado? Why were you late? Or if you want to complain with your boyfriend, say, por que você não me ligou? Why didn't you call me? So you can feel sick, estou sentindo mal, or sentir-se feliz, to feel happy. If you're shopping in Brazil and you buy a lot of stuff, you can just ask, quanto que fica? How much is it for the total of things you're buying? But if you want to ask just the price of a shirt, you can say, quanto custa esta camiseta? How much is this shirt? Yeah, that's a very useful phrase if you want to buy something in Brazil. Amor means love, so you can say the person you love, amor. For example, amor, vem cá. Honey, come here. Or love, come here.
Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. save them to the Word Bank, your personal vocabulary collection where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.